Welcome, City Wave Church. This week we're going to be kicking off a new series called The 5 Love Languages, based on the New York bestseller Top List by Gary Chapman. We're going to be kicking off this week, though, with the very first one, the words of affirmation. The big idea is words have the powerfulness in our lives. It can build, it can bless, it can even break people. God designed languages not just to communicate, but to connect with others. Words of affirmation are flattery, but the Spirit-led engagement is the best one you can do to restore hearts, even speak confidence, and to reflect on the voice of Christ. The very first verse we're going to be going over is Proverbs 18:21. The tongue has the power of life and death. Ephesians 4:29. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building up others. What this is basically saying is that our words are like swords. That's what our words are. It can either be good in fighting words, it'll be good for the future, or it could be something that is a sword that's going to basically harm others, and you don't want to harm others. You want the great words to come out of your mouth. God created words, so we do. Genesis 1:3. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God didn't form the world with his hands, but by the words that he spoke. Your words can create environments that could either be peaceful, under pressure, safety, or shame. We need to make sure that our words come out the best to our ability. We're all guilty of saying something we should not have. It could be during an argument. It could be something that, whatever it is during that time. But sometimes we say our words and we actually mean them, meaning like, hey, I love you, or whatever it is that's comforting. I'm here for you, or anything like that. Jesus spoke identity over people. John 1:42. Jesus looked at him and said, "You are Simon, you called Peter." Jesus didn't just point out the faults. He spoke for the potential. Affirmation isn't just ignoring flaws. It's choosing the highlights of God's identity. But what we speak often becomes others' belief. So if I can say to you and say, you are a great person, you can do great things. Or take, for instance, I tell my daughter, you will grow up and you will do great things in life. You will be able to have the world open up to you. But if I spoke bad words like, you can't do that, no way, you're not going to make it, those words carry a lot of weight. We need to make sure that the words that we use on a daily basis, doesn't matter if it's for a friend, family member, doesn't matter whoever it is, even if you're a coworker, words can uplift or bring you down. So we need to start looking at the bigger picture. What can we do to help others build themselves up? Because what we say will affect people's either mood, it could be a bad mood or a good mood, and we need to make sure that we use the best words to our best ability. The Lord gave us the opportunity to make sure that we are nice to people. And so we need to make sure that we can do that, because what we do can reflect their whole life. We say that one bad thing, and they can go down to the wrong path in life. You could be responsible even for your best friend. You could say something to them, and they might believe it because you are their best friend. So we need to make sure that we speak the kindest words that we possibly can to others, because you never know. You could be the only person that they listen to. Your mouth is a ministry. Isaiah 54. The Lord has given a well-structured tongue to know the word that sustains the weary. God gives us words to strengthen, not just to inform. Every conversation should be an opportunity for the ministry. When you're out there, it doesn't matter if you're going grocery shopping, you're going to a doctor's appointment, you can spark up that conversation, and you can even if it's somebody that may know the Lord and they might be going to church, but maybe your words can actually reflect on how they become more of a Christian. And if they're not, then maybe you are shining that light into their life to actually maybe step into a church so they can be able to hear the word. Or maybe they don't want to even go home and just maybe open up the Bible. It could be on the Bible app if they don't have one, for instance, but they open up that Bible and then they start reading. Then your words carried with them from the place that you just went to. Like, just say a doctor's office. You went to a doctor's office, right? And now you're talking to someone you're sitting next to, your conversation. And then you get into something and maybe they're going through something, a hard time. And then you spark that little tiny interest in their lives. And then what they're going to do is they're going to take that moment, go home, and maybe they could be the best ministry person that you ever just spoke to. And maybe in like 1 year from now, they might even have a platform. It could be on social media. Maybe they'll start up a church, but you could have been responsible for that. If you go and say something mean to them or even wrong to them, then they're going to go home and they're not going to want to open up that Bible. You just got to make sure whatever you say is basically the ministry in your mouth. That's what you have to do. Point 4 is going to be fills your heart, shapes the words. Luke 6:45. For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. You can't pour sweet water over a bitter well. Words of affirmation is about better vocabulary and about healthy hearts. It's basically what it's saying is that whatever you do say will affect others. And we need to make sure that we help as best we can. 24. Gracious words are honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. In a noisy world, silence can feel rejection. Words of love encourage and build connections. We need to make sure that whatever we do, we don't harm the good words that we say. If you're promising something to someone, keep that promise. Because they can actually shut down, and we don't want them to shut down. Take, for instance, get a little personal here. My wife, as you may have seen on our website, if you did not check that out, or if you've caught any of a message in the last couple weeks, my wife decided to leave a 12-year marriage, me as a great husband, and also our 8-year-old daughter. It's been very hard, but we're pushing through it. Now, her father passed away basically when this happened, and she suffers from the we call it a mental disorder that is like manic and stuff. She's really good normally, but then she'll shut down. So then the problem is that she just go into her silent mode and everything. To be honest with you, I'd rather take the silent mode because at least 2 times a year she'll shut me out for no reason at all. The longest she'd gone without talking to me was last year for 7 months straight. We didn't even speak one word to each other on a daily basis at all. So that's how she gets sometimes. And I'd rather have that than her just leaving. What happened was that she got depressed, she shut down, and then somehow she ended up having an affair with somebody. And now she is gone. She's disconnected all social media. I don't even know where she's at. So I do pray for her safety each and every day, hoping that she'll come home as well too. Because I'm here with open arms. But at the moment in time, it was going back and forth. We didn't know. I was trying to kind of fill the gap now. I was trying to say, hey, look, you don't need to leave. I need you. Your daughter needs you. So don't leave. I believe that my wife could actually be a better person if she reached out to the Lord right now. All she has to do is just say, hey, Lord, I need you. Because one thing that she told me before she left was that she lost her faith. I have no idea how or why, because this is a Christ-centered home, and everything we do is pretty much Christ-centered. I believe it had something to do with her dad dying and everything else like that. She just completely shut down on that moment in time. How long will this last? I have no idea. Will it last forever? Don't know. Will it last space of 7 months? Don't know. So the point is that I tried to use the best words I could when I was trying to talk to her. Now, some stuff did probably come across a little bit rude and everything else, understandable. But you gotta realize that when you're in a moment of panic and you want to make sure that that person does not leave, you're trying whatever it takes to make sure they stay. You're promising things, you're trying to communicate with them, they're not listening, they're shutting down, they're slamming doors, they're walking away. Whatever the case is, it was hard. But I found that just keep on pushing in my faith. My faith has always been there. That's the thing, is that no matter what I've gone through, the Lord has always been there. I've never given up on the Lord. And when I tell people my story, they're like, wow, I'm shocked you did not give up on your faith a long time ago. And I'm like, yes, because that's how strong my faith is I just gear right towards the Lord. Now, it's up to the Lord. Does the Lord want her to come back or not come back? And that's the thing. And those are the words that we have to understand, is that we got to pick our words wisely. Like right now, I've been contemplating in my mind, I want to at least try to send her an email, see if she gets the email. Because at least if she shut all down social media, but if she checks her email, at least she can do that. But what can I say? Because at the moment in time, I was basically the person that took care of the whole house. I'm the one that cooked, cleaned, took care of the whole house. So I can't say I could promise to do something like that when she comes back. I could just continue doing it. But when you already have the whole world at your fingertips and then you walk away from it, what do you have to offer to have that person come back? And that's the thing. So now I have to pick my words very wisely on what I want to say. And I've been basically making drafts, deleting them, retyping everything all up. Don't know what to say. I'm lost for words. I don't know what I can say that's going to be uplifting enough for her to want to come back. So that's my story on point 5, is that silence will build walls. And we need to find some way of breaking those walls down. One way or another, we got to figure it out. We got to break those walls down. We want to make sure that those walls are on the opposite side of that person. So it's around them, but away from them. We need to make sure that they see that who that person is in front of them that's trying to help. We want to make sure that wall is not dividing up the people, but maybe behind you. Get rid of it. All right, so I'm going to be closing up here in just a minute, but I want to throw out a message as well too. We did a test on a midweek, and we wanted to see how well that would do. Now, as I went and looked at the numbers, because we end up having an issue. We end up crashing just for a couple minutes, and I didn't know why. Everything was running smoothly at the time, and then just at the beginning, just crashed. I don't know if anyone noticed it or not, but it was just a soft, little thing that happened, and we just hurried and got that going again. So, with that being said, I want to go check on the numbers the next day to see why there might have been an issue. Was it too many people overloading it? And I was right. Normally, we get about 10,000 viewers to view the messages within a total month, within the 4 Sundays. And that's across all 3 services as well, too. And with the midweek, it actually went up. I was shocked when I saw these numbers. And I had to I rechecked it multiple times, thinking that was wrong. But it became a little over 5,000 people viewed it on that midweek. And that's about half right there, close to half of what we normally get the whole entire month. So with that being said, now we are going to be putting midweek on our schedule at this time being, starting in August. August 6th is going to be our first time at 6 o'clock. So please check that out if you have some time. And the messages will be up online on 2 days later. We have to have 2 days because we have to go through this whole entire copyright thing that we have to do. So check out the whole entire messages. If you did not check it out, go online, go to a media page, and you can check out our midweek if you missed it live. So as I pray, I'm going to pray for a couple of things here. For the midweek coming up, in your week, and also my life. So let's go ahead and pray. Lord, Savior Jesus Christ, our midweek was amazing. So we're going to do another midweek and continue doing them and see how well it will do for the church. Let's hope it does, because we need to get this word out more than ever right now. And I pray that everyone has a great week and everyone is safe, sound, and with summer still going on right now, everyone has a great time doing some barbecues, getting out there having some fun before school starts or whatever they're doing in their lives right now. And I want to pray as well that my wife is safe, and hopefully maybe she might see this message and want to reach out, because we miss her and we love her and we want her to come back home with open arms, with no judgment, because who are we to judge? Only you are. Lord, you are the only one that can judge, not us. So let's just see how that can go and everything else. With that being said, we love you. Amen. Catch you all next week.